Please, son of a bitch, shouldn't fit my magazines. Hey, Aid. Didn't see you in the other live stream, dude. Hey, Chipper. Hey, Ted. How it goes? And it didn't give me the option to click the current affairs or whatever, but anybody chasing that they attacking the country with Dr. Seuss stuff needs to trace that to its source. That's all media. It's all the media. It's just the media. No government agencies or activists or anything came out against Dr. Seuss. It was the company that actually sells Dr. Seuss. Hold on. Turn the camera on here. It's the company Dr. Seuss that puts the books out. They're the ones that said they weren't going to throw the books out anymore. They're the ones that nobody's ever read. They're the ones that nobody reads anymore. They're the really old Dr. Seuss books that weren't actually a really big hit, that are dated, that aren't relevant, and nobody was buying them. They needed an excuse to stop putting them in print. And they thought they would be, and they grabbed some good press out of the deal. So yeah, we did some digging into the Dr. Seuss today, and it's the media people. They're playing you. They're playing you with that whole Dr. Seuss thing. Is funniest. When I figured that out, because I was getting mad. I think I may have said some funny stuff about the whole thing and actually commented on some videos about it and stuff. But then when I finally got down to who said they weren't publishing, it was the company. They made a financial decision to do so. It's and the left is trying to take credit for it because of the way they worded the reason, which the Dr. Seuss company knew that they would do that. So now everybody's running out and buying these books that weren't selling off the shelf like it was gone out of style. Because they're going to get this, they're going to want a copy of this book that was never, they're never going to make another one of these books. So, yeah, that's pretty good advertising. They didn't have to pay for the advertising. So, touche. Feel like you've been had yet? Oh, that's my good flashlight. When you have a good flashlight, you need to be really careful, especially if you only pay $9 or $10 for it or whatever. You don't want to be just throwing it around. It could break. Not that one. That flashlight will work if I pick it up. It's been dropped, it's been kicked, it's been drowned. It's a railback. It's this guy's little brother. Is this the one that fell out of the back of the truck? No, the other one fell out of the back of the truck. I don't know if this got batteries in it or not. Yeah. I would shine that at you, but it would hurt. So that will stretch. It says 3 football fields, but it'll do 1.5. Pretty good. You can see stuff way out there, but if you can see 3 football fields away from you, just use the moonlight. See. Who we got in here? I said, hey, a couple guys in the room filled up and I didn't talk to anybody else. It's like I don't even like you people or something. Hold on. But that's not true. That's a rumor spread by the producers of Dr. Seuss books, not me. I said hello to Ada already, and then I said hello to Chipper, and then I said hello to Ted. I didn't say hello to Mrs. yet. Hello, Mrs. There's C103. Oh, look, he called me awesome. And hold on, it's not scrolling. And then there's Tibor and Carol and Rachel and Clifford and Killdeer and too late now, see what I'm saying? I'm running with that. Hey, Lance, just in case. And if I miss somebody, then old spots, hey. I think that's everybody. If I miss somebody, I'm really sorry because I suck at reading. That's the spell checker knows me well, C103. It's okay, man. It's okay. You can blame it on the spell checker. I know it's not often somebody of your stature finds someone they can look up to, as in my case, as in the case with you looking up to whatever. I'll just take it as a compliment and run with it. One day I'm gonna drop that poor little thing like that, and it's gonna reject me. I dropped it 3 or 4 weeks ago off the top. Well, I was in the attic in the garage, and I dropped it. I was standing on top of the ladder, and it's a 14-foot ladder. Is it 14 foot? No, hold on, maybe not. I don't want to lie. Here's a 12-foot. 12-foot ladder. And anyway, garage real high ceiling. Blah blah. Fall down. Flashlight still work fine. I did forget and lay it on where the sun could hit the lens of it, and it's messed up till I need to get a new lens for it. It's not as bright as it should be. I think it's starting great, C103. I mean, I've been called awesome. Everybody said hello to me. It's a secret. I've shadow banded all my subscribers just to get that out of the way. So yeah. I've decided that I'm going to have to build. I'm going to take this one apart and use it as a pattern. I may save the straps or whatever. Well, the holster's okay, and the straps are okay, but the magazine part doesn't fit my mags. I could probably force them in there. Hey, Dior. No, this is my 40, my 357. I don't have I want to do a shoulder for it, but I haven't made it yet. I can make, what did I do with it? This is a, see the orange tip YouTube algorithm? This is an orange tip. This is a airsoft pistol. It just happens to be an exact, and there's no even BBs in there, but it happens to be an exact replica of my everyday carry. So this is the perfect blue for those of you who are buying those blue guns to make holsters and stuff. Just find a toy gun. This blue gun is like $45, I think. This one was like 18. Yeah, actually, and it's actually not really like this column spring and crap in it. This will leave a hickey on you. When do not shoot your wife with this. Do not let your grandkid find it and the BBs. Just saying. Oh, sorry. I don't have a bell. I don't have a dingy dongy thingy. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to do the burn your faces off thing like that. There we go. Forgot about that. Oh, there we go. Boom. Now, I do have one of those. And what are you trying to are you trying to buy my affection, Dior? Because I'm actually pretty cheap. Oh wait, that ain't come out right. Don't do 4570 Dior's. The what was I talking about? Oh yeah. Let's see, what else have they deflected lately? Anybody heard anything about Kentucky floating away or washing away or sliding away or falling away or whatever? Is anybody in Kentucky? Are y'all okay? If you're in Kentucky, are you okay? That's what I want to know. I want somebody from Kentucky to get on here and tell me what's really going on. The only guy that's in Kentucky that's saying anything about it is my favorite YouTube channel, 7. And, well, I get bile in my mouth when I hear him talk. Is she in the bag? Okay. From in here, it sounded like she was in the bag. Indiana's floating too. See, we're not hearing any of that. Okay, there's 556. Stop it. Thank you, Dior. You mean burn up my camera lens or camera, whatever, light receptor. When Tibor, don't hate me. Which river exactly was that? Y'all have a couple of them. Hey, Mr. Tommy Boy. TB9. In case you're trying to hide from everybody, or you just changed your name to what everybody was typing in, or whatever. I don't know what happened. Yeah, the Ohio's always been. That's where the state and the river got its name. Was from the guys on the shore. When the guys would come by in the canoes, they'd be like, "Oh, hi, oh," and it just stuck, man. Yeah, the Ohio River and the Kentucky rivers. Yeah, I've actually thought about stretching my because a lot of the channels that started out same time as me or whatever, and they're actually smaller than my subscriber count now, but they're actually getting better views and stuff because they changed their name. I'm actually thinking about changing my name because it helps with the algorithm. I just don't know what to change my name to. And see, I'm not subscribed to Dabu7 either, but I ran a search on the flooding or whatever, and the video popped up and it showed that it had pictures, and I just clicked the thumbnail and then it come up and I heard his voice. I'm like, oh Lord, please. And I was like, wait, just watch. And then he did sort of over dramaticize it or whatever. Dramatize. Especially if you put bent out of shape every day, and then it would be booze. Don't do that. I actually thought about changing mine to my header, the We Eat Seek Survival, but nobody would know who the heck I was. Sadie, that's rude. I am not seeing it. Trey, what'd you write? If you wrote something that they didn't like, they sure didn't let us see it. Are you not a... Hold on a minute. I'm gonna lag y'all out a little bit. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna watch y'all on the YouTube. Y'all gonna hear me double up for a second, but nope. Don't everybody blow up and freak out and think, oh gosh, the audio's gone to pieces and blah blah and blah and blah. You can't technically do nothing, which is true. But I beat it to it. I got to the mute button before it got to the making sound button or part or whatever. It's an ad anyway. Let's see. Stars. Stars offer. You can do blah blah blah. Now it's 5 worst foods, and which are like I don't know. All of them say some other different kind of food. Just because it's a bowl of Jesus. Still haven't got the chat. So yeah, it's annoying. Let's skip ads. Skip ads. Okay, Ben. See you in a bit. You're hearing voices? Trey is hearing voices.
People were throwing our kids in the river.
Yeah, he said like, wait, how many? Like 3 people or something, Tibor? Oh, well, that makes sense, Mr. Tommy Boy. That's, I mean, mine's super easy as far as that. So if I will just add something to the back of it. Probably put like, change the S to survival and bush steading or something. I don't know. Can't come up with anything catchy. I mean, I really suck at this whole making a business out of something thing, I guess. Yeah, it's messed up because in parts of the world when you do that, there ain't nobody fun. But hey, shutting the world down and locking everybody in for cabin fever for 12 months wasn't that big a deal. Thank you, Tibor. Or not Tibor, Dior. Dior. Um, there are some things that I think that should be brought back for, but you know, it would. I came on here to see if I could find uh, Trey's offending chat. Trey's got a blue ring. Now, apparently, Trey, they did. Uh, so there you go. But I mean, some of the stuff they used to do that for was a little extreme. But some of the stuff they give guys, um, 20 years for is like, it's crazy. The the justice system is all tore up. There's nothing just about the way the way it works. They are. Do you get paid? Are you not? Dadgummit. Okay. Just for the record, that whenever I get those super chats on my live stream, it kicks my analytics way high, and my my view count across the board goes up. It's weird. I can know. I check. I actually follow my analytics, and back and the super chats. The algorithm uses it as a indicator of how popular the channel is, and so YouTube makes X number of dollars off every super chat. So if the channel is popular enough that people drop money in the super chats, then it gets pushed out there. That's why some of the channels that a lot of us find to be less than accurate are always right in front of us, because the rhythm is picking up on the fact that there are a lot of people that like it. And I am not panhandling. I'm just saying that this platform is run by people in it for the money. So there you go. Well, thank you for the analytics boost. It's weird how it works. I'm actually thinking about doing a channel membership on here. I don't know how the split works, because as it stands right now, what the people that follow me, and y'all, honestly, y'all been getting ripped off lately, and I apologize for that. The people on Patreon here, I get the lion's share of that. If you follow me on Patreon, I get the lion's share of that money. The difference being that on YouTube, when it like Patreon charges me a check cashing fee, but YouTube charges credit card interest, basically. So, like, instead of paying 3%, it's some stupid. It's like 30 cents on the dollar or something. It's when you get to a certain point, it drops, but it's YouTube takes a bunch of it. So I don't know. I've been trying to find out from somebody that's doing it how it works, but it's a lot easier on me, because then I upload to the same platform, and all I have to do is it just adds a box to my videos, the published videos. On the members only side, you can only see those videos if you're a paid member. So I've been okay, Trey. I can't make up my mind on it. So and I'm like the world's best decision maker. That was sarcasm, in case y'all are wondering. Chipper, I'm charging my batteries, FYI. Read the manual on my microphone. Not petting you. Do not stick your nose on my gun. What else? Can't think of anything else. Oh, well, yeah, history. But we got to watch what's going on with both sides of this bird. And the the two wings of the same bird thing, I think that more applies to the media. I mean, people really need to understand. And I'm talking the guys on here on this platform. They're always talking about how their videos are getting taken down and they're getting shadow banned and this, that, and everything else. But then why is your video? I mean, it's only been, if you're having such just a hard time getting your videos out in front of everybody, how come your video is 2 hours old and has 60,000 plus views on it? That doesn't add up. I told you not to put your nose up on there. Do you not listen to people? Who's the boss? Who's the boss? Me or you? Answer me or I will poke you right now before some. Sadie says, actually, she says, pet me on the head. Dadgummit, Mr. Tom, I didn't. Did you really? Wasn't plugging on that. Well, boom to you then, sir. Or fire or whatever. I'm not getting up and getting you a jerky. Wait. Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I forgot that was there. Here you go. She was begging for my leftovers. I didn't know what she was after. I forgot. I left it there for her. Just for the record, there's a couple guys in here that I was sending them pictures of my breakfast the other day, and I didn't eat it all, and it just gave the dried out, the last dried out piece of the hamburger steak to.
Dior said he's going back to driving now.
What? Okay, buddy.
Over to Super Chat.
She dropped her hamburger patty behind the skillet. That's not funny, Sadie. Here. Anyway, hey, Corsair. Be careful, Dior. Seriously, man. Do you have my phone number, dude? You need to like, wait. I'll email me or text me or private message me or something. However, we would get in touch with each other. Because I've got to talk to some other people before I tell you what I was just going to open my mouth about.
I was just gonna say.
So anyway, Sadie, I fed you.
She's been standing over there eating for 30 minutes.
I know.
She's absolutely not hungry.
Go on. Get out of here. But I'm going to give you this last piece just so you leave me alone. Oh, or not. Yeah. Now go. Go later. I see somebody said hello, Robert. Oh, there he is. Eyeballs. Robert's eyeballing me again. Okay, well, email me your phone number if you don't mind. Just be advised that, well, I didn't mean exactly that fast, but I hate being on my phone, so. What is the notification from? Damn. Thank you, Tommy boy.
Did you see Trey was back?
No, hello, Trey. You need to tell Tommy boy thank you.
Thank you, Tommy boy.
All right, drive safe. Anyhow, and of course, Sarah, since you come in here, dude, there's these little. It's odd because they always ask the same questions. Their names are always all lowercase, and they never have a picture. Okay, they always it's like they're generated questions, and you can answer them with even with the @ thing or whatever, and they never reply back to the person that's answering them. So yeah, I try to get a rise out of them. That's funny. I hope that's a lie too, man. It's but watch the streams on the bigger channels and those comments, the exact questions, the exact comments will always just keep coming up and coming up and coming up and coming up. And the easiest way to check that person's I'm doing my Steven Crowder impersonation. It's not going too good. This freaking brick is heavy. Now I know why everybody carries them little bitty guns.
Well, I wish they'd start paying him then.
Oh, yeah, no joke. They call me up and say, everybody's like, well, them big channels ain't sold out. The hell they ain't. They ain't got to worry about no door kicking in or none of that joke. But anyway, and personally, I actually do list a bug out bag and then I'm never coming home bag. It's too completely. The bug out bag has food in it. I'm never coming home bag doesn't, because you need a lot more tools to be out there all the time. I'm refitting my well, it's going to be more than a get home bag, but I'm refitting I'm re-accessorizing my my get home bag, because, well, I'm fixing to be somewhere where there's no way in hell I can get home in 72 hours. So it's going to be different than normal. So, but and I've got a video out there on what I think about it. I'm never coming home back. And I'm never coming home is going to be a cart. And it's going to be a group of people. Huh?
There's not a cart over here, is it?
No. Oh. I'm coming home, baby. I promise. I'm so glad. See, that's why I wanted to stop at that garage sale. I think they had a Uh,
Possible part thing.
yeah. And if I'd have bought that today and then made that statement, you'd have been duct taping me to the bedpost. I wouldn't have gone anyway. But anyway, I digress. Um, you know, you cannot put everything you need to stay out in the middle of nowhere in a backpack. There's a reason there were things called rendezvous back in the day because, well, you had to go to the store, even when you were a mountain at the end. It was just easier when the store came to you. Yeah, and that's they think if you just add 20 pounds worth of gear, you're covered. But that's not it. I mean, to go into the mountains, well, I've been doing a lot of research on Quanah Parker because they always put Quanah Parker always winds up on the ballot here and gets votes. But the Indians raided, that was a fort. She was taken, Cynthia Ann Parker was taken from a fort. It was multiple families showed up and with a wagon with several axes and saws and shovels and rock bars and hurdy-gurdies and anvils and all this stuff and built a fort. So if you're headed to the hills and you're never coming home, it has to be with a group of people. And you're going to be dragging wagons or you're going to starve to death. The end.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty much. I just generalize everything into Bob because Bob sounds cool. I have Bob. Wait, do you have Bob? I have Bob. A lot of people don't know what you're talking about, but I mean, you can't ask somebody, hey man, you got a bowl? No. Because back in the day, that meant something different. And that's okay, Trey. It's not. I mean, I don't have I didn't get you branded when I was down there, did I? Don't remember that. If I did, I'm really sorry. I would have been wrong. Hug your mama. Anyway, I've got to carry more cold weather stuff than I ordinarily would. Yeah, and a bug out cart that you can actually buy those. Don't get that one the Canadian Prepper is talking about. Actually, I don't know, that's kind of cool, but it's made for trails, not for leaving trails. Once you've left the trail, that cart's not as good. It could be made good if it had a wider tire, but then you would add weight to it, and yada yada yada. There you go again. Yada yada yada. Hello, Nature's Bounty. Nature's Bounty Homestead.
Looks like you got it straightened out.
Cool. Did it really? Your computer really mess up? That's harsh, man. You probably got your filter set too high, man, for this much awesomeness. You can ask C103. He thinks I'm awesome. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I love that his phone did that. And he's going to blame it on his phone forever, but I'm claiming it. I'm gonna wear that from now on. I'm going to call Lynn. I'm going to make me a shirt that said, C103 said, I'm awesome. Freaking. That shirt will now be available on my t-shirt store. C103 says Wes S is awesome. Yeah, seriously, anybody in the Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, if you're bored, Corsair, and you want to take some time, you got kids and you want to volunteer, you want to take a trip to Texas, I can get you on 10,000 acres of private land. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Anything you want to have out there with you, you have to carry uphill from point A to point B is always an elevation increase of a minimum of, 800 feet? I think the base camp is at 4 or 45, and you got to go to 56 to the first camp. And if you want to get to any of the ones on top, it goes up to 65. And then you're just at the camps. If you want to go higher, you can do that. And seriously, if you want it out there with you, you have to put it on your back and you have to tote it. And yeah, I carried all my stuff out, and there were some pack horses going back in. And guess what? I said, "Is there any room in any of those packs?" And they're like, "Yeah." And you know what? My underquilt, which doesn't weigh much, went in there. My tie-down straps for my hammock, they went in there. I carried my food out there with me. I was never so glad to have eaten all my pork and beans before in my life. I did not want to bring those back. They warned me. They said, "We can carry your food for you." I said, "No, I got this. Blah, 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 blah." Yeah. What is $19? Hey, Ben.
Yeah, I have no clue what that meant. I didn't know who it was, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Wait, I got it. I forgot. Hey, Tommy boy, you still here? There. I'm taking him down there at the. Man, I want to go to Florida so bad. Travoy will make it easier to move your stuff. There's still this wonderful thing called ground friction. Travoys work pretty good on grass. They suck in gravel. They are horrible on pavement. They will literally vibrate you to death on pavement. I've played around with them. They are useless in soft dirt. You might as well drag a plow. Okay, well, I set your face on fire. So, does anybody know what the name of that game is where you play as little plastic soldiers or whatever? I seen some guy did a video about top 15 ways to lose your firearms or something like that, and he did a deal of this game that he was playing. And anyway, I want to play that game so bad. I want to be a little green army dude. Is it Warhammer? All right, awesomeness will be waiting for you when you return. C103. I can guarantee you that. First place. Well, you go get you some. I don't know. I mean, y'all can throw names out there all day long. I have no idea what it's called. The guy didn't say it wasn't a commercial or anything. The one commercial for a PC game that I would have thought seriously about. I mean, you get to be a first-person shooter and shoot toys with toys. It's basically non-violent. It's non-violent violence.
There's several little green army men apparently.
Apparently, now I'm just gonna have to find one because yeah, it's not. That's exactly what I need is another hobby. Oy Oy Exactly. Remember the Alamo. What it was.
There was some friction, yeah. I would guess.
Not a board game, it's a video game. I don't want to have to like roll dice and read cards and actually interact with people who are in the room with me. This is probably fun too. Take over the world in this game of strategy conquest. Actually, the one they were playing, I like how my little screenshots in the bottom down there of the pictures. But anyway, I don't know what June's journey is.
It's this
Ow.
I don't know, she looks like she's supposed to be some kind of lost the word. Not mercenary top dress person and she goes and helps these people get stuff and get that. Anyway, it's just another game.
Yeah, I know I need a good game console, but I think that if I got a video, the console for a console for video editing, that I could play games on it. But I don't need to start playing games. Is it called Army Men? Oh, okay. I wonder if I can get it for Xbox. If I can get it for Xbox, I'll play it. Um, that I mean, okay. Please let there be young people in here listening to the sound of my voice. Well, not necessarily young people. Please let there be people in here listening to my voice and understanding what I'm about to say. The stuff you get away with in video games should let you know that just because you rule at gaming does not mean that in the apocalypse you are going to be able to take over the world, because that stuff doesn't work. I used to have a crew on Xbox, and there were some really good players in our squad. And we had some guys come in, and their clan was they made them take it down. They made them change their clan name. But at this particular time, their clan was USMC. These guys were friends in real life. These guys all had consoles. These guys all played together in real life. These guys walked over us in every map. Because they had real world skill and gaming capability. If you have no real world skill, you should get some skills. Hey, Rob, why are you just sort of here? That's funny. I love you. That's perfect. She said she loves you, Robin. She's sorry. That was a good burn. Anyway, let me know if you didn't hear it. I'll repeat it. I like asteroids. I never did get good at that game. I used to watch, was it up Periscope or down Periscope? Yeah. She didn't. That I threw my voice in, asked myself if I had ever met you. And I watched McHale's Navy too. I could rule the world. I would actually. Who said that? And it takes some getting used to. That's apparently Tyler's given up the controller and he's gone to playing it on the PC. And Go figure. Now you don't want to play them, and these guys were playing on PC. Cause yeah, I don't. But well, you could give it some thought. I didn't get no beer. Oh wait, don't need no beer. I think. I do need some more coffee. So if y'all wouldn't mind chatting amongst yourselves, I'm gonna exit stage left. BRB. BRB, everybody. Y'all don't go anywhere. You got me at this oversweet in my coffee. Serious question for you people. Wait a minute. I have to ask Google a question. Then I ask y'all a question. But let's say that you are going to be several uh, huh,
Yes, have to.
what's that?
They have to bring you back.
Okay, let's say you are going to be 660 miles in, uh, from home. You have to pass through or go around at least 3 major population centers and several lesser population centers to arrive back at your destination. Sadie, get out of there. Get in there and lay down. What? There's been a mass coronal ejection and all the electricity is out. Let's assume that you have adequate fuel and the vehicle still runs enough to get you around the first major population center and leaves you a mere 580 miles. 500 miles. 500 miles. You're 500 miles from home. That's not 72 hours. besides what Rachel said, what would you want to do? What would you want to have with you? And it's February. Well, March, whatever. It's March that's acting like February. Tell your man to switch to the Air Force. Yeah, basically, man. Thanks for that. But man, there's no what do you call it? There's no what do you call it? North Korean paratroopers coming in or nothing like that. There's no none of that junk. You just got to worry about crazy folks and walking the rest of the way. Because
now the horse is on a half-hour lunch break.
hey, Dior. Well, welcome back to the chat. Remember the Alamo. Because that was actually a pretty decent Mexican food place down in Post.
Independence Day was this week.
Yeah, that's
Was it Monday?
Monday, I think.
See, here they were closed, but our office doesn't do that.
And they're one of them is the worst one, the one place in the state of Texas. And I am so sorry, Carol, that I don't ever want to get caught in the case of, well, there's actually four of them. Five places that I do not want to be in Texas if everything falls apart. Amarillo is first on my list. Then Houston, then Austin, San Antonio, Dallas. In that order. What was a couple of years ago? Hold on, I missed something. What's he say? Well, mass coronal injection, you're looking at least 6 months before they get the parts of the grid back up. So, yeah, I'm not staying there for 6 months. It's not going to happen. The guy in charge of that, and most of the guys at the Alamo were volunteers from Tennessee, but I digress. The guy at the Alamo was told to leave by his commanding officer, and he chose not to. It just happens to be a really good. It's good that he didn't. And see, I thought about several pairs of clean socks, Dior's, but I think clothing will still be readily available, stuff like that. Um, I think 2 pair would be sufficient. The only problem is we have 150, 200, no, 200, 200 and some change of desert plains, or well, high plains to come across in the dry season. So I wouldn't try to cross country carrying a long gun. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. If I had a long gun with me, I would leave it. I've thought about this a lot, and yeah, it can deter, but it can also attract. I mean, um, the truck would still be running, and it would have enough fuel to shrink it from 660 miles to 500 miles, and then you're afoot. So you still got 500 miles to go. Best case scenario, the truck survives it, but just because who? All right, later, Rob. Call me in the morning. Remind me that I'm doing stuff. And a lot of people talk, oh, I could walk 30 miles a day. Yeah, if in today's society you can get away with it because you know you're going to a point. And you're not afraid of anything, so you can step it off. But you're not going to be able to walk. You're not going to be able to kick it that fast. You're not going to be able to walk at what is it? Average pace of 3 miles an hour, because you have to average your pace. Whenever you stop walking, say you're walking at 4 miles an hour and you stop walking, you walk for an hour, then you stop for 5 minutes to get a drink of water and stuff some granola in your face and take a leak. You just spent 5 minutes of your hour at 0 miles per hour. That's the same reason it is so hard on a truck driver, and I'm sure yours can figure this in when you're trying to keep your average mile per hour up. That's the reason you hate making a 10-minute stop to kick the tires and take a leak. If you have a copy of that, Rob, can I borrow it? And yeah, and that's a good plan, but this is fun. It's kind of exciting for me. I dumped my entire kit. I'm trying to start from scratch. This is like the first time I ever did this, only because I've never planned on being this far away before. And it's serious overkill, the whole 9 yards, but I've got a headache. And I know I've overthought it already, and I'm making it way harder than it has to be.
dog.
What is she doing?
I don't know. She come over and she's like, I tried letting her out. So I don't know what she wants. Now you gotta back up and you turn on that beeper beep beep.
Nobody's scratching her head. My dog is being retarded. Come on. There's nobody petting you. Oh, is that what it is? Nobody understands me. Nobody understands the things I go through as a dog. Oh, I know what's wrong, baby. I have her love seat covered up.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm using my dog's love seat to get my bug out bag ready. I'm sorry. You want me to go move that stuff?
I'll get it just a second.
Sorry.
Yankee watchdog's in here.
Hey, Yankee Watchdog.
And Ben said he don't know where you're going.
Well, I didn't want to specify. The individuals involved are in the chat, so I'm just in the passenger seat. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, hold on.
Okay. Sadie.
But see, the thing is, you're doing 660 miles, and you've got to have food. I mean, cash goes without saying. A sidearm goes without saying. And again, I don't know, do you want it concealable or do you want it out there where people know, okay, let's not mess with this guy? Actually, at the start of this thing, because of the plan, other than, the one that's running through my head, I feel that I would be better off with the 357. But then after the initial 100 miles, I would be better off with a 9. So I don't know that I could do it. I know that I would have to try or die. My world is here. All of it. Why would I not come home? I do a pretty good job of pretending like I don't care about my wife and my kids and my grandkids and stuff. I know I never show them any affection. I never talk about them. I never pat them on the back. I never do nothing nice for them. But I like them a little bit. So, she really, really liked that backpack. She hugged me twice for it. I'm just saying. I got a sneaky feeling I hit on something she's been told no for. Not on purpose, just I know my granddaughters. And see, that would be the thing. I mean, how do we not walk? Would be the best deal. Because Something that takes 14 hours turns into something that takes 30 days. Because, yeah, I figure me, myself and I, if my inhaler holds out that long, I can do 30 days. Or 10 miles a day. 30 days. Still not home. So see, water filter, taking my Sawyer Mini, and that's a little bag that comes with it. Because you can find a empty soda bottle on the side of the road, and any soda bottle out there will screw into your Sawyer Mini. Instant. You can fill up. You come to a water source, you've got 4 or 5 empty bottles. You can fill every one of them up. You don't have to filter them beforehand. You just fill them up and tote them with. And then you drink through the Sawyer Mini. Caffeine tabs and hard candy. That's going to be the kicker. That's for instant carbs, for energy to do the things while you're doing the things. Hard candy. A bag of butterscotch or peppermint or whatever. Whatever your favorite. I mean, Jolly Ranchers if you can keep them out of the sun. Not the sugar-free crap. You want the calories. Well, hold on. I'll show y'all some.
Yeah, that's all she wanted was the love seat.
Yeah, she thought we was replacing them. This is just one of these. These do not have an expiration date. We have a bag of butterscotch candy. 3 of these candies is a serving. 3 of these candies have 60 calories. Because I'm going to be taking these with me. I can open them. This is the same calories as a can of tuna fish. And it's instant. Your body doesn't have to work for it. You don't have to stop. I mean, yeah, you're going to get hungry. But this keeps your energy level up as you're going. This is not an idea I come up with. This is from being a kid and watching a show about a lady that survived a plane crash. I believe it was the Amazon. And she found a bag of hard candy. That's all she had was a bag of hard candy. And she survived eating hard candy and walking out of the jungle. I might do I was going to do a video of me making it, but I wasted too much time on other stuff. I got distracted for the love of all but totally. I was looking for something specific, and I wound up cleaning my closet, which needed to be done. But it ate up longer than it should have. It was just a little closet. But anyways. Well, Tibor, I've thought about that too, and a lot of people they thinking of, and I'm not discounting veterans in any way, shape, or form. I would love to have spent time. I tried to enlist more than once. The military, you had guys with airplanes and trucks and trains and helicopters bringing you stuff. Even back in the day, it's no, couldn't get out of the closet. I couldn't. It was my orange. It's guys like me. It's dangerous coming. Not only am I not only do I appear to be white, but I'm uber straight, and it's just dangerous. They crucify guys like me nowadays.
Somebody was saying earlier they're starting to fight back. They got their own flag and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of
I think it's funny too. Give me one of them flags if I can find it. And see, when I'm in my own truck, I have a lot of stuff in there that nobody knows about. And I, believe it or not, I cover it with garbage. Not real garbage, but just junk. That way I don't have to worry about somebody stealing my gear because it doesn't, I can't get to it for starters. But I know where it is. I've never had stuff disappear from underneath the stuff in the bed of my truck. But I've come outside and found my toolboxes open and everything in it gone. So an instance like this, because it would be such a protracted thing, I would want, because it'd be a week before I got, if I had to walk, it would be a week before I got to the second major population center. Okay. And by then, that place is going to be bad. And there's not a good way to walk around it. And it's got military, so it would be locked down, or parts of it. The one way there is to skirt that place is really close to the military part of the thing. So, and not to mention, I really want the power to keep working there, because the stuff that they do there, I don't want that to blow up. Yeah, and the old gear, I've been actually looking around the Army surplus places. A lot of them have burned to the ground. A lot of the old reliable gear is hard to come by. I'm actually trying to decide right now whether or not to take my high dollar tarp or the tarps that I know I can rely on. The weight's the same. Those uber light nylon tarps and the little cheap blue tarps or gray tarps or green tarps or brown tarps or whatever color you want them in, they weigh the same. One will shed, the nylon ones will shed water. The other ones are actually waterproof. I have a gigantic fanny pack that's I got it at a resale shop, and honestly, I would like to. I want to make me a haversack, but
We actually have those in our bags,
yeah, we have the contractor bags, which need to get my I pulled the ones out of that kit and put them in the other kit. Now we got to get them out of this kit and put them back in that kit.
Well, I have one in my kit.
Yes, ma'am, you do. I'm actually thinking about mixing the tarps all together and just taking some of that, cutting me a section of the black plastic because it's super light. And, with the big knife and everybody's like, oh,
Maybe next time.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, maybe next time, dear. Let me know when your schedule is. Now, I'm going to be out of pocket for a few days. So, anyway, Corsair, did you catch my plug at trying to get you to help me at BTSR? And if you did you respond to it? um, yeah, I've got the same thing. I will do that, Steve. Thank you. And if you volunteer, it's free, man. It's like totally awesome vacation. Seriously. Um, and anybody else that can pass a background check is more than welcome to sign up. And see, that's the other thing. I'm actually debating on whether or not I think I'm going to take my aluminum kit my aluminum cooking kit for weight because aluminum is lighter, and I know, oh, you shouldn't cook aluminum, it'll kill you. I think aluminum is the least of my worries. But aluminum versus stainless steel is like it's half the weight, for crying out loud. All right, Ted, I will look that up. All right, my bag. Well, I've showed my bag, but I'll show it again. I'll do a video. Will make an effort. I will do a bug out bag video for y'all. My bug out bag cost me $45. The bag did. And actually, it just occurred to me that where we're going to start at, I would blend in better with the metal frame backpack. Dang it. Starting over. Hey, Adam. Now Dior's. I started to do a tinfoil hat Friday, and I was like, I don't really feel it today. Yeah, no joke. That how long does it take for aluminum and stainless steel to kill you? I don't know, several years, several decades. Oh, about the same length of time as old age. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, carry the water. Well, I want to boil apples. That makes acid. That's what. But Burley, the concept we're going over is you're 500 miles from home with several large population centers between you and your house. Vehicle transportation has been made impossible for pick your poison. And well, quite honestly, it's me. We're talking about me. You can only cover 10 miles a day. So how's this going to work? DRs, being alive kills you. It's the fifth cycle. You see. Burley, you should come back And after this is over with, and you should watch the replay tomorrow of the chat and stuff, and you can find out just exactly how much C103 thinks of me. He no longer calls me Wes. He calls me awesome. Just straight out awesome. It's, man, you talk about edifying a brother. It's just the way to do it. Now, lead could kill you pretty quick at low velocities or make you a Democrat. Almost said that out loud. But anyway. There's not one. This is like, I have family. Let me put it like this. I have family that I actually care about. Well, that sounds harsh. And that's maybe a Freudian slip, but whatever. I have family that I would really like to see. Oh, not gonna let you turn that around. C103. I don't care what makes me awesome, as long as you make me awesome. It's just the way it is. But man, I don't want to get stuck in Portland. I don't want to get stuck in the Cascades, and I don't want to get stuck. I don't want something to happen to me while I'm in Wyoming, or happen to the world while I'm in Wyoming. You talk about a hard place to live without modern conveniences. It's Wyoming and Montana is a death sentence without electricity and fuel. The end. You're gonna die. You might make it for a little while, but I mean, come on, they have blizzards and sub-zero temperatures, windstorms, hailstorms, flash floods, grizzly bears, mooses, elks, buffalo, wolves, ranchers with drinking problems, meth heads like, you wouldn't live. It's, yeah. I'm making a get home back. So I'm amping up my get home bag. If y'all go back and look, you'll see that my get home bag, my bag, actually, I had an empty bag in my truck, mostly empty bag in my truck, and I had all the stuff I needed to throw something together, literally in my truck. True. Yeah, jackalopes. Jackalopes could get you. They're vicious. Imagine rabid lupus with horns. It's not a thing you want to be. Has nobody ever watched The Night of the Lupus? Those weren't rabbits. Those were jackalopes. Just saying. The struggle is real. Yeah, 30 days. So you've got to be able to, and you're not. It'd be 2 months because um, you're going to have to find a place out of the way to camp because those $39 rooms at the hotels and stuff, they're not going to give you the room anymore, even if you've got cash after the first week. It's just not going to happen. So you're going to have to sleep rough. You're going to have to find some place to sleep rough where you can be safe. So even if you're walking and you've got 2 more hours of walking, you could do, but you see a spot that, hey, if I can safely spend the night here, you're going to spend the night there. And if you find a place where you can safely stay for a few days and try to attain some calories, you're going to do that. It's um, how many people in here have crossed the United States 5 times wearing a backpack? Anybody? And I'm talking north to south. I mean, who in here has gone to New England and back 3 times? Wyoming and back once. Or no, Montana and back once, and Florida and back. Okay, Mr. Tommy Boy, you be good. Thanks for the PayPal, dude. That is sure gonna help. We'll have an ammo order I have to pay for. Ouch. I have. And yeah. I mean, granted, I hitchhiked. There was a lot of walking, and my backpack weighed 80 plus pounds. I was a lot younger. Back then, you could actually walk on the road and hitchhike, and you might spend 2 days walking before anybody picks you up. And there would be people that would stop to pick you up that you would decline the ride. There's a reason I wasn't found in some guy's basement with teeth marks on my bones. I didn't just get in with anybody. I spent a lot of time walking, and your shoulders hurt.
Yeah, begging out is stupid unless you have no option.
Bugging out is a fool's game, but if grabbing a pack and running out the back door will buy you and your little ones a chance to stay alive, you need to be able to do it. The main reason that I signed up the first time, and I'm signing up again for this thing with the Boy Scouts, for one, well, let's talk about this. A lot of people bailed on the Boy Scouts because of the media. Now, because of something the Boy Scouts did. What was reported in the media was not what actually went down. Okay. The Boy Scouts didn't say we're going to let all these people in. They washed their hands of it and they said, okay, you people want to keep fussing and fighting and this like this. We're going to let you make your own rules. It is up to the troop, the individual troop, who gets in and who doesn't. But these are the rules you have to abide by if you're going to be a Boy Scout, which is now just Scouts. I never excluded little girls when we were doing T-ball or coach pitch. If a girl wanted to play ball, show your gear. Come on, let's go. I raised a daughter alongside 2 boys. She's fine. She still knows she's a girl. She does makeup. No, not. She can play softball pretty good. If everybody that thinks like I do abandons the Scouts, then they have only the people that think the way media portrayed the Scouts going, doing Scouts. So we've abandoned an entire generation of future leaders to being exposed to people of our character. I don't want to say good character, to our character, so that they can choose where they land. If they only have one example, that's the example that they follow. If they have more than one example, they have a choice of examples. Okay? There's one reason. Reason 2, it gets me off my butt. It gets me back to putting my backpack on. It gets me back to walking up and down in places that, I used to live for this. When I was 14 years old, I would tell my mom, I will see you in 2 days, Mom. I'll see you in 3. I'll see you next week. I'd show her on the map about where I was going to be. And I'd walk down into the canyons. And that's where I'd be.
We do, Ted.
What?
Paper maps in the car.
We do. And every time we hit a new state, we collect a couple more. DRs, you and me can have a conversation on and on the phone. I was one of the people adamantly against them for what I heard about on the news, but it wasn't accurate. The end. From what stuff I did get to do before the bad bug thing hit, some of my favorite people were the ladies involved, both the adults and the youngsters. Though I found none of the young men to be offensive. But it's, well, yeah, I haven't been out there with them for a week yet.
Sorry.
I don't think there's a high probability of a CME. It's a good chance, but not a high probability. It's different. Those guys in Taiwan didn't believe it as Sudavi either. Was that Taiwan? Was that where the guy hit? But anyway, I'm not 100% sure that Yellowstone's going to blow. Yeah, it could. I've seen too many fireball personally in my life. Seen too many fireballs make it from one side of the atmosphere and exit the other side of the atmosphere. I haven't got to experience one of the ones that lit it up like daylight yet, because those are too close. That's like in the atmosphere, people, and it's on fire and it leaves. That flash of light is not it exploding, that is it burning and leaving. Some of them explode. But there's too many of the videos out there showing it leaving. That thing makes it from one side of the horizon to the other side of the horizon in a few seconds. Who cares if it's the side of a Volkswagen? If the angle had been a little different and it hit, whoever was taking the video would be ash. So that could happen. I'm just saying. I don't know if anybody else is paying attention to what's going on up yonder in the swamp, but it's going to get rougher. I hate to admit it, Mr. Corsair Trainers is right. We're all fixing to find out what California's like. Every one of us. And we actually have a protocol. Let's say there's an earthquake and all the wells around here start erupting and they say, okay, we need y'all to leave. We do have a protocol for that. It's probably not the best one, but we have one. I'm actually supposed to be building a piece of gear that makes it a better one. But reasons. All right, C103. Yeah, bugging out is unless you have a place to go. This is something, I mean, we bugged out already. Bugging out is when you leave outpost A to go to outpost B. Okay. I did not see that she was leaving. Okay, Rachel. Okay. I like chocolate. I forgot I hadn't eaten all them pineapples yet. Night Lance and Mr. Rachel. I like those.
I'm not gonna say no. No. Don't like eating flowers. What's going to say?
But that's the thing. That's a lot of people, and see, this is the argument they want us to have, guys. So take a breath. And this is my opinion, they've actually taken it too far with the bugging in, bugging out. bug out location, blah, blah, blah. This is our bug out location. Prior to living here, Brian, prior to driving around the countryside for days and weeks and months, and finally stumbling across a for sale sign on a piece of property that we thought was ideal, that we were able to get into and start building on. And we lived in town. And now we don't. We bugged out. We were looking for a bug out location so we could get out. I have this in my pocket on purpose. Forgot about it. This is going to be in my bug out bag. We will discuss that later. Very important. You want this. Very minimalistic gear. You want this. That's a piece of desert gear. C106 say goodnight or?
Oh, I thought he did, but he didn't. He just had to be like that.
Oh, no. C103 he stepped away for a minute. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's if you, let's say, when we're actually looking for a change of scenery, when we get that change of scenery, we will start working on that change of scenery. And it will become, for lack of a better term, our BOL. Once we arrive there and it becomes our location, it will no longer be our BOL. It will be our place because we have already bugged out. The end. We will grab all our gear and we will run to the new place. Having the skills to survive in a world without modern conveniences is an excellent plan. It's good, clean, healthy, fun. The end. It teaches you a lot of personal responsibility. It teaches you your limitations. It teaches you to better understand and appreciate the modern conveniences you take for granted on a daily basis. It will make you a healthier person. It's a great way to spend weekends. There's nothing wrong with having a desire to be self-sufficient, because I fully believe that being self-sufficient, or at least partially so, is tantamount to success in anything. I mean, even if you're being a good employee and even if you're just being a good employee and doing everything you're supposed to be doing and this, that, and everything else, you're dependent on someone. The guy that decides to end your employment, to him, chances are really good that you're just a statistic. You're just a mark in a book somewhere. Your existence is no longer cost efficient for him or them. And your whole world can change. So you're not, I don't care if you're making your mortgage payments and your car payments and buying all the bells and whistles and having a great life and stuff, until the day that you've got enough in the bank, not in stocks and bonds, not in the market, not in a retirement fund that's based on the market. Are you self-sufficient financially? There's a quote, I read it today. I've seen it before. When the last tree is cut, and when the last tree is cut, and the last deer is hunted, or when the last tree is cut, the last deer is hunted, and the last fish is caught, then will man realize that you cannot eat money. It's being self-sufficient, or trying to be self-sufficient, does the same thing. It builds strength of character. It builds self-worth. It builds knowledge. It builds skills. It brings a sense of personal fulfillment that you cannot get by being the best cable guy in your department or whatever. It's just, man, leaving Steve, man, I made him mad because I was arguing about the bug out bag. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, bye everybody that left while I was talking. The thing is, though, you don't have to abandon your world, the world that you're working on, to do all that stuff. You can homestead while working a regular job, depending on how many hours you put in. If you got to put in too many hours, then you're going to have a hard time getting homestead taken care of. I've got more than enough hours to put in on this homestead. I'm not applying myself as well as I should be. The end. I was waiting for the amen, but it didn't come. She's feeling generous. These people that are quitting their job, chunking everything, and running away to these little pieces of property they buy out in the middle of nowhere, thinking that they'll be able to make money from that. And some of these people need to shut up. You buy 10 acres at $5,000 an acre, and then you move out there and you go from making $20 an hour to $8 an hour. You're going to have a hard time making your mortgage payment. And you're going to be working so many hours because you're going to go to 2 jobs. You're going to work 2 jobs. So whoever the other half of the thing is going to be trying to do the homestead and thing all by themselves because you're working 2 jobs. Because it takes a year to make a chunk of ground and start producing food. There are so many unmarked graves in the state of Texas. back in the 30s and 40s, they used to drag people out of the prairie all the time. The people just starved to death. There was nobody left to bury them. A lot of them will never be found because they were living in a hole in the ground. Because that was their shelter. They dug a hole, put some beams over it, put the sod back, and that's where they went. And then over the years, the beams rotted away, the roof fell in, and the sand blew it shut. It's just the way it is. The 17 and 1800s was not. It's not the way Hollywood put it out there. You can't. There's nothing wrong with trying to be self-sufficient. Nothing. It's one of the best decisions you can make. I mean, that's terrible. Anybody got anything else y'all want to get me on a soapbox about? Did I lose all my chatters? Who's that? Hey, Miguel Gonzalez from for San Fernando Valley. And see, that's because of the schedule of everything that's going on this year. I bought seed potatoes and onions, and probably not even going to put them in the ground. Well, I know I'm going to take fishing gear, a fishing kit, not a big one, just basics. Smack a grasshopper in the head and, pull the guts out of a piece of roadkill, that kind of stuff. Fish for what's available. Going to take a cutting utensil and basic shelter and something to wrap up and stay warm in. That's be about it. Miguel, I hope you, honestly, I hope you've been prepping all along. It's hyperinflation, I think, is a real thing that's headed down the pipe. Hey, Christy. And see, I'm thinking about going ahead and putting the sweet potatoes out, because it's pretty simple. You put them in raised bed things or whatever. As long as it's something that she can water, she comes in, hits the water hose, waters a few tubs, turns it off. It'd be nice to make some of our own food this year. I just hope everything holds together. Ha ha! I almost missed that. Well, I was going to plant some regular potatoes also, dear heart. The missus does not appreciate the value of a good sweet potato. And I think sweet potatoes are a good camp food, honestly. They're really easy to bake in the fire. Yeah, the texture's different, but they taste fine. Now, I don't think we'll really see it until waning into the fall, when they realize that there really is going to be some major shortages. The beets are actually really good food, but there's only a couple of people in our family that'll eat them, and I'm not one of them. I can eat them, but I don't.
Can you eat them raw like a radish, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe they wouldn't have bad texture.
I don't know if you can eat beets raw. Never tried. I've never tried. Well, my mother used to grow them, but I wasn't gonna eat them things.
Because once they're cooked, they have horrible texture. Raw is good too. I might could try them raw.
So copper prices are going up. I may need to tear up some of my pile of junk out there. I've got a lot of junk out there that's just scrap metal. I need to check scrap metal prices and see if I need to clean up my yard. I like radishes straight out of the garden, but I hadn't figured out how to keep them long. I think I'll do radish if I don't know I want to do the garden, but if I do the garden, I can't do the BTSR, and I'm going to do the BTSR. I think. I'm pretty sure. If there's any way I can force my lungs to work for it, I'm going to. Don't say that where you can see it, Robert. What's the price right now? But he was literally running out of room. It was, I mean, what you got going on now, Carol? If it gets too high, people are going to start stealing the outside units again. which that's, I've got, I think, 3 outside units and a couple of a couple of evaporator coils I got to tear down. I hadn't seen your place, but I've seen Rob's, and anything over 250 a pound is good. Yes, they lock. I'll need to check and see. Hold on. I'll do that. Trying to figure out what to do with it. Take your Glock and go check the lock. Scrap copper prices. Wow. Scrap copper price. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah. Electric motors are 30 cents a pound. Yeah, I'm really hoping he doesn't see that bear bright. But then again, he's still got plenty, I believe. So right now it's showing bear bright is at 350. Copper tubing is 315. Or number 2 is 295. Copper coils are, yeah, I need, that's what I need to be doing is selling freaking copper. Watch when I get back, the market will crater. And see, some of it depends on where you're at. And that's, guys, if the price of scrap metal, as scrap metal goes, thus goes the economy. That means there's been an uptick in manufacturing of some sort somewhere. Which means, when the demand for the materials goes up, that's when scrap prices increase. So somebody is buying the crap out of, you know what? I would really, Aluminum is
I got offered a job the other day with bullets. Maybe I should have. Probably would have got a discount, huh?
I don't know. It doesn't have aluminum cans on here, but depending, it's aluminum siding gutters is 48 cents a pound. Sheet aluminum is 42.
Scrap iron must be up because Chris, that owns the one here, just paid $4,000 an acre for land in Snyder, Texas.
So let's check these catalytic converters. I'm cutting the catalytic converter off that Ford. Catalytic converter for a small car is 108. Large 200 to 351. High grade domestic is 145 to 189. That's nuts.
It must be good. Chris was willing to spend $4,000 an acre to buy land. He's making money.
Yeah. Why aren't you listing it as a ton? I need to know what it is a ton. Steel is going for from 7 to 10 cents a pound. That's not bad. Batteries, car batteries, 23 cents a pound. Lead backup batteries, 22 cents a pound. Let's look at other metals. Stainless steel, non-magnetic is 50 cents a pound. Or 304 stainless is 50 cents a pound. 316 stainless is 70 cents a pound. Lead wheel weights is 10 cents a pound. Ballast is insulated copper wire I go for. Dude, everything is highest right now. Well, I didn't know about the catalytic converters, and man, I scrapped 3 or 4 cars that had catalytic converters on there, and I didn't know that you cut those off first. I was actually a little ticked. But well, Miguel, California's been nosediving for a while. New York's is going to fall behind pretty close. Michigan was on the uptick, but that's not going to last now. We make our own smoke, so I just packed the end before I light it. Well, you can only tax them so hard before they leave, so that was to be expected. Yeah, that's just the way it is. The problem with it, the same people that voted all that stuff in are going to move to other places, not just Texas. They're going to move to Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma. They're going to do the same thing, and then it's going to be horrible. They have a tool out there. I used to actually own one that you throw onto the pipe T-bore, and it takes about 60 seconds to cut a piece of pipe, and it doesn't make any noise. It's a multi-tooth tubing cutter, and you literally put it on there and you roll it back and forth and twist the handle, and it cuts it. And if you got 2 of them, you can be under there and out in under a minute. If you use them all the time, you got good strong hands. All you got to be able to do is get 4 of them a night and make rent money. So, yeah, there's no cure for it. If you can shut it down with the shots if you get it, but after you've started after it gets into your brain, you're done. You've got to stop it before it gets you or you're toast on the rabies. So, hacksaw blade is super loud. This the tubing cutter is not. I mean, I've still got it out there. I'm not gonna go dig it out for you, but it works a lot like a oil filter wrench. It's like they took an oil filter wrench and they mated it with a pair of vice grips. It works really good. Rob, do not go up the comments.
Well, now he will.
I know. I am. I'm a horrible, horrible, horrible friend. Yeah, the CDC also said we all needed to wear masks. Ted. Anyways, ooh, I just looked at the time. Well, yeah, the low boys would be hard. We were talking about scrap metal prices, but what Tibor said, just ignore us. I know, I can't help it. We're friends. I mean, we're like really good friends, and there's several times when it's fun to be with your friends, when you're laughing with them, when you're laughing at them, and when you're trying not to laugh at them. It's probably some of the best stuff. Robert, see now you just playing down mean. Hey, Bitty Boo. Yeah, it's there. This is the late crew. Everybody's coming in. And then you can, yeah, I guess you could laugh for them. Um, oh, I started to jump my stuff out too. Knowing what we do when I get back. No, ma'am. Oh, well.
I don't need to be forgetting about it being in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, the prices spiked. I need to call and see what the local price is. It's probably closer to what you said, honestly. No, we used to have for bottles and stuff, but we don't anymore. Well, you might want to check when you get back then, bud, because we checked it a minute ago and it was up to 350, and then somebody said it spiked to 410. Yeah. Yet one more reason not to become or not to let, unless they're paying you really, really, really good money, to let the History Channel or Discovery Channel or whoever follow you around. Yeah, and I'm sitting here. Um, I didn't bring that copper home with me from the last job. I feel like an idiot. But I will definitely be loading up some stuff when I get home. And I will take the money from the scrap, and then I will drive straight to Sweetwater and buy the steel that I need to do what I want to do with that trailer and just get started on it. See, some of it, we live in a part of the world where they buy it and they resell it to the places y'all sell it directly to. That's one of the aggravating things about it. Because they have to pay to transport it here. Yeah, what Rob said. It may not be that high here, but that's all it takes is a phone call to find out. I used to, it used to actually pay, instead of selling it here, I would drive to Sweetwater to sell it because they paid that much more at Sweetwater. They're, one of the guys that we know pretty good, he actually denied them the opportunity to follow him around. I don't know. I don't watch it anymore. When that dude with the stupid mustache and hunts cougars and stuff in the mountains, I didn't like him. So I'm not sure he was 100% real, but wow, I'm just being ugly. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm about live streamed out. That's like if I went on alone, which they will never let me on the show. I would have gone on. I would have gone on the show 3 years ago. I wouldn't do it now, but they would have to agree to let me have some say in the edit. And see, Rob, Lubbock pays better than they do down here, which sucks. But anyways, did you get your bag figured out, Rob? I didn't get mine figured out. And these people were not a lot of help. Actually, they were a lot of help, but this is me we're talking about. I think I'll take that snake bite kit that Chipper gave me. But probably not, because I'm using it for a shelf for my TIE fighter right now. Okay, Carol. Have a good night. Did you figure out what was in your garage? It was probably a chupacabra or a vampire. Maybe a werewolf. Yeah, I'm probably just going to go with the bare minimum. Decent knife, a blanket. Uh, Well, yeah, I do, don't I? But I mean, what we all want to talk about the same thing all night long. Oh, the bug out thing got it turned into a discussion about bugging out rather than me getting my butt home from X number of miles away. I mean, I got to be ready in case the people I'm going with like upset me and I just decide to walk them. Well, I guess feral cats, as exciting as it gets, which is not a bad thing. Ooh, hey, Schoonover, I'm gonna try to leave a little bit earlier than I said. Maybe not, because I'm going to lunch with my wife. But I want to go by Academy and check for Freedom Seeds. See, hey, chance. All I got to do is find a payphone, Tibor. That'd be. Didn't we spot one in Lubbock the other day? There was actually still a payphone sticking up out of the ground. I was like, wow. They still have them in airports. Is there anything at y'all's G-Bos? Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't know. I want to make loud banging noises while I'm over there, but I don't want to use up all my banging noise things. Are you saying Academy and Cabela's also put you on a list, or is that where I need to check, Rob? It could just be that I am sitting here with reading the chat from a long distance and not moving very much, Adam, honestly. Yeah, we got nothing here. They've got ammo in the back, but they'll only sell you 2 boxes with a new rifle until further notices. Well, I've got to save up $1,500 because I already ordered the ammo. He says it's no big deal if I can't pay for it when it gets here. Just pay for what I can, and he'll sell the rest to somebody else. He's actually bumping me ahead of some other guys because he didn't return my phone call. He did call my wife. Yeah, it's starting to trickle back in, but every time it trickles in, the people are like, "Oh, there's ammo! I better get that." Literally, that's why the G-Bos guys don't even put it out anymore. Because one guy noticed the ammo was there, he would literally get on his phone and call his family, and then they would be running the same freaking debit card 5, 6 times for ammo purchases, and then they would have no ammo left. I hate you people. I mean, I am that guy that I cannot, if I go to the store and I know there's not any food left, going to be any food left, and there's 3 cans of green beans, and 3 cans of corn, and 3 cans of black eyed peas, I'm only getting 2 cans of each. I'm not getting the last can off that shelf. That shit's just un-American. That's some straight up European stuff there. Yeah, they got plenty of firearms here. They just don't have anything to shoot out of them. I hate to admit this, but I actually discovered I've now, in this cleaning process I've been going through, I've discovered 2 caches of shotgun shells. That I've got more ammo than I thought I had, and I just bought it a box at a time here and there as time progressed. Wow, it's amazing how that works. Panic buy everything under the sun because they're going to outlaw it and we're never going to get to shoot again, and cause a run on the factory and cause more trouble. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it. There'll be plenty of it out there. Go full on gorilla and strip it off carcasses. Rob, painless. There's still any prairie dogs or no? Did you ever find out? Okay, but I'm bringing a anti-vermin device with me. We'll have to zero it first. Good night, C103. Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all another 4 minutes and 20 seconds. That's it. Well, then I'll start saying goodbyes. I'll tell them how long it'll last. But yeah, what Ted said, there's just people stop the buying, then the supply will come back online. But you know, it'll still take it a bit because there's a lot of new shooters out there. So I think I forget what the percentage was, but I mean the number of active shooters in the U.S. more than doubled almost overnight, and well, things happen. Is that pot belly swelling up yet, Bitty Boo? Can you tell? I don't know if you can tell if pot belly pregnant or not. All right, Robert, be good. If okay, bacon it is then. What one need is a leash trained pot-bellied pig. Just take her out and use her for bait. Yeah, primers and lead are the way I wanted to go, but waited too long to start into that. So. Anywho, how I done it. I'll get a new one if I do decide to do that, Betty. Because you got to keep them healthy and in shape and all that stuff. Yeah, that's my go-tos, Miguel. But anyway, thank all you people for hanging out with me. Dior's, thank you for the algorithm bump. I do have stuff I have to get done before tomorrow. Give y'all an update later. So, anyway, I love all y'all. Stay alive, don't die. Y'all are what makes this channel work. Okay? If y'all weren't coming over here and hanging out, I wouldn't have a reason to do this. I really do love all you people, and I want you to stay alive, and I don't want you to die. All right? There will be no live stream Wednesday. Okay? Because, well, I just won't be able to do that. Might go from my phone, but we'll see. All right? Love ya. Be good.